Avax, the most undervalued layer one blockchain out right now. We gonna talk about that because Avax has been doing some tremendous things. We have big institutions coming in buying $1 billion worth of Avax, man, and that's going to play a big role. And it's not just one; it's multiple institutions coming in trying to create Avax ETFs, and that's going to be huge once we get into that full FOMO period. And we know October is a great month for the crypto space, and it has been good so far. We are in the green, man. It's only been 3 days. We only 3 days in October, so we gotta hold our horses for quite a second. But I do think October and November is going to be great months for the crypto space, and Avax is setting itself up to be that blockchain that does, a couple X's. We're going to do a couple 100% gains. I do think that we have in store, in my personal opinion, a potential 5 to 8X for AVAX. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into my thesis on why I believe so much in AVAX. But before we do, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, turn on those notifications right now, not tomorrow, not next week, right now for all updates on AVAX. I've been, following the project for quite a while now. If you know, you know. I haven't made a video in quite a second, but still adding to that bag, man. Still holding AVAX like crazy, and we're going to get into that. Also, my Discord link is in the description as well. Join the Discord. We building a community and all that good stuff. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the video because, like I said, AVAX is primed right now, and a lot of people are really sleeping on, the potential of what AVAX has in store. So, man, we are on COINMARKETCAP and we are looking at AVAX. We can see currently AVAX is $30.47, ranked 16. Now, a couple days ago, we were at 13. We have moved down the ranks. It's been a couple projects doing what they do. But I still think AVAX is an undervalued blockchain just because of everybody who's building on it. We know BlackRock has their own subnet on there. We know a lot of other institutions are building around AVAX. But something that really changed the game is a lot of these institutions are now actually buying and holding AVAX. So in the past year, we are up 25% for AVAX. If we zoom out, we are up 560%. And you know what I say, man. That's why you always dollar cost average. I got in a position of around $9. That's when I first started buying AVAX back in 2023. And we just been accumulating, man. It's an accumulation game because we know the potential of what AVAX can do. We know the previous all-time highs was about 147, I want to say. So even though, it's been token unlocked since then and things like that, more tokens being put into circulation, I still do think that AVAX can potentially go to $150 AVAX or $150 per coin, and maybe even go past it, go to 200. And I think long term, AVAX is going to continue to appreciate those. This is one of those long term holds, similar to the likes of Bitcoin, similar to the likes of ETH, Solana. I think AVAX is one of those projects that has a very long-term vision of what they're trying to do, and bringing real-world assets on the blockchain technology is the biggest thing in their vision. And I always say that real-world assets, I do think the blockchains that kind of really want to put assets onto blockchain to show or verify ownership, I think those blockchains are going to win because of the market cap of real-world assets. We know real world assets are anything between $1 to $10 trillion that's really unaccounted for or unverifiable. And with blockchain technology, you can do that. And that is what AVAX is trying to do. So that's why I'm super bullish on AVAX at this moment in time. Now, as we wrap up Q3, here are some cool quarterly metrics from AVAX ecosystem. We can see the C-Chain transactions costs reached their lowest quarterly levels ever with the median price of less than 1 cent. C-Chain has its second best quarter of all time in terms of transactions, recording over 120 million transactions. Gas used across all Avalanche L1s nearly reaches all-time high. AVAX stablecoin volume surpasses 20 billion for the first time ever. All great signals in a strong and growing ecosystem. So the ecosystem is growing like crazy, man. more transactions are happening. Gas fees across all of these different subnets or AVAX layer ones are reaching all-time highs. Stable coins coming onto the blockchain at a record number. So many things bullish for, AVAX moving forward. Now, something else, man. How do you feel about institutions buying $1 billion worth of AVAX? Let's talk about that because it's really going on. So Avalanche rises as Treasury firm eyes $1 billion buy after SPAC deal. So the Avalanche Treasury company will launch through a blank check merger next year with the goal of buying over $1 billion worth of AVAX tokens. The price of AVAX, the native token of the Avalanche blockchain, jumped after the newly formed company announces plans to go public in the U.S. and purchase over $1 billion worth of the token. The company, Avax Treasury Co., said on Wednesday that it will merge with the SPAC Mountain Lake Acquisition Corporation in a deal valued at over $675 million. The merged company expects to list on the NASDAQ in the first quarter of 2026 under the ticker symbol AVAT, subject to regulatory and shareholder approval. Eman, the CEO of Avalanche development firm Avalanche, will join the company as an advisor. So let's just break this down, man. $1 billion will be used to buy AVAX. $1 billion we know for sure is coming into the AVAX ecosystem. Now, this is not going to happen into 2026, but that just gives us more time to buy, guys. And yes, some things might change. They might revert the company. They might, do whatever they do. But this is just showing that companies are serious about the crypto space and companies are serious about building assets that they can bridge real world assets onto blockchain technology. And that's why AVAX is primed as that go-to blockchain, especially for real-world assets. Then I go on to say the business will be the second so-called treasury company focus. Why they say so-called? I don't like how you say it. So-called treasury company focused on Avalanche and joins a herd of companies going public or pivoting to buying and holding cryptocurrencies this year. So this is the second company to do a treasury on the Avalanche blockchain, and they coming in with billions of dollars. We're not talking about millions. We're not talking about hundreds of thousands. We talking about $1 billion, man. $1 billion coming into the AVAX blockchain. Now, we can see the company said in its exclusive relationship with the Avalanche Foundation, an organization that supports the blockchain, which had reportedly planned to sell millions of AVAX tokens at a discounted price to treasury companies. The treasury company said it plans to own more than $1 billion worth of AVAX after it goes public next year. And its initial capital raise will result in approximately $460 million in treasury assets funded. Super, super bullish, man. They also plan to be active on chain. This is super big as well, just because it shows us that even the projects on AVAX are going to thrive. Let's talk about it. The company said that it will conduct additional activities to generate revenue beyond passive accumulation and also plans to be active on the Avalanche blockchain. It added it will deploy funds via targeted protocol investments, assist enterprises with tokenizing real-world assets and stablecoins, and establish its own validator infrastructure. Many institutions have difficulty accessing digital assets or are limited to holding native tokens without yield or ecosystem integration. We created Avalanche Treasury Company to offer something we believe will be more valuable than passive exposure. So then the company aims to offer discount compared to token. So Avalanche, the company said it will launch with the initial token purchase at a discount to market price and 18-month priority on the Avalanche Foundation sales to U.S. digital asset treasury companies. The company is aiming for a multiple of net asset value of 0.77, which is touted as a 23% discount compared to buying AVAX directly. So a lot of things going on, man. Something else. World Liberty Advisor bets millions as corporate treasuries fuel AVAX rally. So the World Liberty Financial Advisor bet on a rising AVAX price following Agri Force's $550 million Avalanche Treasury pivot announcement. So $550 more million is coming into the Avax blockchain. Let's talk about it. Large cryptocurrency investors and a major crypto project advisor have bet millions on price appreciation of the Avalanche smart contract blockchain's native utility token following the latest corporate treasury announcement and Avax exchange traded ETF filing. So, man, so much going on. We love to see that. The World Liberty Financial Advisor opened a 2.2 million loan position with a 10x leverage betting on Avax token prices increase. So they opened up entry at 33.88. Right now we at 30.54. So they are pretty much down on their position at the moment. But one thing we like to see, AgriForce, that's what I came on here for, because they announced a strategic pivot to launch a 55 million or 550 million. I keep saying 55, 550 million Avax corporate treasury company, and the company will rebrand as to Avax One and plans to accumulate a total of $700 million in Avax tokens as part of its long-term strategy. The company's shares soared over 200% at Monday's open after the Avax Treasury announcement. So $550 million coming into Avax, $1 billion coming into Avax. So you tell me the money is flowing into Avax. They want to support, the blockchain. They want to support the projects on the blockchain. They're going to be doing activity on the blockchain as far as with the Avalanche Treasury company. So many things bullish for Avax, and that's why I think Avax is probably one of the most undervalued blockchains at this moment in time in the market. So Crypto Troll, that's my video. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, man, turn on those notifications right now so you can get our updates on what we talking about. Also, link to the Discord is in the description, and all my crypto referral links, crypto.com, Kraken, COINBASE are in the description as well. When you sign up, we both start making money. So sign up, man. Support the kid. I don't ask for too much, but just support the kid. If you're not signed up to those exchanges, sign up right now, man. Crypto Troll, I'm out of here.